Thank you. Thank you. Welcome to the show. You know, a lot of times in life, like in business, it's a jungle out there. We're up against things that are dangerous. It's scary. We don't know what the outcome is going to be. And today our show is all about nature. It's all about survival. It's all about surviving the bottom line in a tough economy. And today's show, we have an absolute amazing lineup. We're going to have lions and tigers and bears, or I don't know if it's lions and tigers and bears, but we got some cats on the show. We're going to have some great furry critters coming on. We're going to learn about nature. And then we have a really upcoming successful entrepreneur named Melanie Angelis, and she has a thing called the Grecian Gardens, which is really getting a lot of buzz across the country. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. It's going to be an amazing show. Thank you. Thank you. Today on our show, you know, we have an amazing lineup. We want to welcome back Dr. Tom Schneider, our co-host here. And as you can see, we have some amazing guests ourselves. We have our friends stopping by from the Alabama Gulf Coast Zoo, and really an amazing zoo. It's cutting edge, and they've brought in some friends for us to be introduced to. Now, this little guy here.
This is Trey.
Tell us about Trey.
Trey is a white-faced Capuchin monkey, and she is actually 8 years old. And she was born at the zoo, but she is a special needs monkey. She has to go everywhere I go. She has seizures. So she's very special. She goes, can I touch it, or will I get bit? No, she won't bite you. She's very sweet.
Look at that.
Now, you want to see something amazing? During the break, her name is Trey. Yeah, because we've already met. She's already come on to me. She wants a date.
Right, she thought you were nice and hairy.
She did.
The musk.
It's the musk. It's the testosterone.
Yes. Now, how old is Trey?
She's 8.
She's 8 years old?
She's 8 years old.
Okay, and you said she was born in captivity.
Yeah, she was born at the zoo.
Now, their natural habitat?
South America.
South America.
You can find them even in Costa Rica.
Okay. And what would Trey's normal diet consist of?
Fruits and vegetables, insects, small mammals. They're omnivores, true omnivores like humans are.
Now, who else do we have back here?
This is Gonzo. Here, just hand her to me.
Gonzo.
Step up, Gonzo. And Gonzo also was hatched out at the zoo. Try to go to Mickey. There we go. And Gonzo is called an umbrella cockatoo. Step up, Gonz. Come on and step up. And
I've had a couple of bad experiences. Will this
with cockatoos,
Gonzo bite?
Gonzo is just not quite a year old, so she's still just a young one. And no, she's not a big biter. She's just learning what her beak is for. She's not biting. She's feeling and touching, and she likes to chew on my fingernails.
No, would she like my fingernail?
Sure.
I doubt it.
Joke. That's a joke.
You can give it a shot if you want.
No
now,
way.
Now, Gonzo, the natural habitat. This bird is from.
These guys are from Australia.
Australia. Okay.
All cockatoos are from the Australia area, and there's several different subspecies. But we have a breeding pair of cockatoos at the zoo, and that's where Gonzo comes from. She was hatched out actually at the zoo, and her parents had her for about 7 days, and then we pulled Gonzo and hand raised her. Actually, Mickey, the person that just handed her to me, has actually raised Gonzo from about, what, Mickey, a week? 10 days old, yeah.
Wow.
So she's hand raised her from there. She's had her ever since. They're just really ugly little balls of meat with some feathers sticking out. They're very ugly, and that's where she got her name Gonzo, because she looked like the Muppet Gonzo with a really big beak and a very small body, and so she got that nickname.
Now, will she come to me, or?
Yeah, you just tell her to step up.
Step up. I'm terrified right now. Oh, that feels weird. Oh, hi, guys. Okay, she's staring me down. We're having a. She's checking me out.
If I say
See, the monkey's attracted to you, the bird's attracted to him.
Exactly, and that's the way it should.
Now,
I have a question for you.
It's the rain. Hey, don't bite.
You know,
be nice. He's sweating over there. You're making him nervous.
You know, lots of people have these as pets or some form of this, and the sort of caution that was given when you buy one. I don't have one. I have a hawk. No,
Really?
Really.
That's interesting.
Yeah. No, but the thing that the breeders say is that you really have to consider that they can live for
over 100 years.
Over 100 years.
Yeah, they don't make good pets. Birds do not make good pets. I know of a few individuals that have birds that really put the time and the effort into them.
Yeah.
But birds are very loud, they're very needy, specifically cockatoos.
Yeah.
They love to be handled and touched, and if you can't do that, then they'll start plucking their feathers, and they can have a whole host of problems.
Wow.
Whole host
Isn't
of
that
problems.
interesting? 100 years.
Watch out beside you there.
Yeet.
Watch out beside me.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, now this
here,
guy,
Okay.
I'm interested,
Oh, come
and
here.
he's hissing at us.
No, he's hissing because he's mad because of the guest that's going to be following him. He's not happy that
Oh, I see. He's getting
he's
bumped.
not happy that he's going second.
Yeah, and I
That's
can,
showbiz, buddy. You're getting bumped.
now,
It's
does
a-
he need more room? Because I can, I can leave.
Wow.
This is the African serval, and his name is Caesar. He also was born at the zoo. We do breed and raise servals at our facility for educational animals. Now, Caesar goes out and does shows all over the place.
Is that right?
Usually he doesn't go second fiddle to the next guest, but he is today, and that's what he's a little aggravated with.
Oh, I see.
But he does go out to different school groups. He does shows at our zoo. We've had him since he was, he was what, 2 days old when I pulled him. His mother's not very good, and we almost actually lost him. I waited a little long to pull him. I was hoping that she would do a little bit better job.
I'd like to have this, and I mean, talk about the talk of the town. You're walking your dog, and this thing would run the neighborhood.
There are
Would
people
you
that
like to
them.
have one? Seriously?
I
that-
would.
So those pills that you take in the morning, I want you to take 2 of them.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. These
Oh
guys
my
don't make good
gosh.
pets. There are people that do have them as pets, but as a general rule, they don't make good pets. They are carnivores. They don't use the litter box consistently. They do pretty good, but not all the time. I mean,
And what are you going to do if they don't? You can't really get on them.
There's not a whole lot of discipline going on. And the people that do generally have them declaw them and you know, alter them as far as you know, neuter or spay,
Yeah.
and that's okay. Declawing, we don't really care for that. If you have to alter the animal to be able to keep as a pet, probably it wouldn't make a very good pet then.
And the natural habitat of this would be.
African grasslands.
Now I know that the Alabama Zoo you've gotten a lot of notoriety. I know you've been on some talk shows, Craig Ferguson.
Yep.
That they did something amazing during one of the hurricanes that I want to talk about. And I know you have a special guest for us.
We do.
So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. You're going to want to see this. Thanks for sticking with us. Welcome back. We had to take a short break. I appreciate you sticking with us. I heard that the animals were getting cranky, I believe is the term they used. And we wanted to bring out the big boys. Now this here is a
Bengal tiger.
Bengal tiger.
These are snow white
Look at
Bengal
him
tiger
take that
cubs.
down.
Yeah. Do we have more?
No.
No, when that's out,
get
he's
some
looking
more?
for it. And now, how young is this?
These tigers
it a
will be.
female,
Yeah, this is
male?
a female, yes.
I don't know if I could tell. I don't
She's
know
a
why I'm
pink
looking.
bottle.
Oh, pink bottle.
This is the female. Her name is Kolkata.
Kolkata.
And this young one down there is a male. His name is Yeti.
Yeti.
And these are both cities in India. These cubbies come with birth certificates and names when we get them. These cubs come from the Marcon Tiger Preserve in Ponce de Leon, Florida. We raise all his cubs for him. And then once we get them a certain size, they'll go out to other zoos, other facilities. We have some in Memphis Zoo. I have some all over the world, actually,
Wow.
that I've raised. This is 39 and 40 that I have raised for him.
Wow. Now, if you can see the size of those paws already, how big is this guy going to get?
This female will be about
Or gal.
350. The male there will be about 450.
450. Unbelievable. And I presume they eat anything they want, pretty much.
These
right?
guys, when they're full grown, eat about $10,000 worth of meat a year per cow. And I have 6 tigers and 3 lions at our zoo.
Wow. Absolutely amazing.
Dan, I don't know if you can see the eyes. The eyes are
I can't.
absolutely beautiful. They're almost a bluish.
Yeah, they're always going to be blue too.
Really?
White
Wow.
tigers have blue eyes always.
Now, could something, I know this is, you said how old again? It's
7 weeks.
7
this
weeks
Tuesday,
old.
Tomorrow.
But this thing looks like if it got a hold of you.
They
you
do
know,
have
could do
teeth.
some
They do
damage.
eat meat already. They start eating meat at 4 weeks old.
Wow, 4 weeks.
Just ground
Which is
meat.
all I needed to hear.
Yeah.
It's been great.
Wow, this thing is
Are you
amazing.
ground meat?
Yeah.
And are they about
I've
the same
dated a
size? I
few
can't really see
tigers.
the other one. Over.
Yeah, they're virtually the same size.
He's-
Actually, she's.
He's doing what he wants to. Oh,
yeah.
This
he wa-
it's too
too slick.
slippery for him. Yeah.
Okay.
You can hand him to me.
And how do these two get along?
They get along.
they
They're
put-
brother and sister, so you know, as good as brother and sisters get along.
Yeah. Some sibling rivalries. but
There's a little
normally-
bit, but she rules the roost like most females do.
Oh,
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
he's-
totally comfortable.
Oh, come on,
Totally
scratch,
comfortable.
pet,
I'm totally
love.
comfortable. Watch
Pet.
me just pet.
Pet
There,
love,
I
love,
pet him. I'm a real man.
He's looking for the milk.
Yeah, he's looking for the milk. Let's let him have the milk.
Now, I want to talk about, I know that you guys did something amazing. I know that there were some hurricanes that were just disastrous, particularly Hurricane Ivan.
We started with Hurricane Ivan, and within 13 months, we evacuated a total of 3 times our entire facility.
Wow.
3 times. So these hurricanes come through, and I know that it was on some real national news that they evacuated the entire zoo. Is that right?
Yes, sir, we did.
To a farm?
To our director's home,
a
Patti
home,
Hall.
somebody's house.
She had a 10-acre place that we went out to.
So she said, "What are we going to do? This hurricane's coming. Just bring them over. Bring them all."
let's all go to the director's house and have a good
So
time.
all the animals, it was like Noah's Ark. You had to wrangle the elephants and.
Well, we don't have any elephants, but
Okay.
yes.
I was going to say.
Neighbors
driving by saying, "What is going on?"
The largest animal that we had there was a Tibetan yak, hairy yak, and he's probably 1,500 pounds.
1,500-pound yak in the front yard. What do you think about that?
Can people come to visit these?
Yes, the
animals?
tigers actually do encounters. We have encounters with the cubs every day, 7 days a week, and then on the weekends right now, we have encounters also with lemurs, baby lemurs, baby kangaroos, and a little area we call Baby Land that has baby sheep and goat.
So The Little Zoo That Could, it's still airing, and I'll tell you, it sounds like a book series, really. And
probably
that's
make a
something
really
to
good
probably
book.
think about. But you know, so where can we get some more information if we want to attend to come out and?
If you want more information, we obviously have a website, The Little Zoo That Could.
Okay.
You can also like us on Facebook. That keeps you up to date on what's going on with our encounters and what babies have been born and just what's generally going on.
What's happening on a daily basis. So is that thelittlezooThatCould.com? Is that the website?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. So for more information, the website Little Zoo That Could. And we appreciate you having, coming on the show. It's amazing. We're always
gorgeous.
interested in how these guys are doing. And please stop back by again. We'd love to see how the zoo's doing.
Absolutely. We'll be happy to.
Okay, great. Thank you very much for stopping. And we'll be right back. Thank you. Welcome back. Welcome back. My next guest, Melanie Angelis here, successful entrepreneur, a company called the Grecian Gardens, very unique. And Melanie, I don't know if you caught the animals that were here a minute ago. Did you get a chance to pet them?
I looked at them and took pictures of them, but I didn't pet them.
Yeah, you need to pet them. You can still, it's lingering. But tell us a little bit about the Grecian Garden. And actually, I want to hear a little bit about your story of how this whole idea came about.
Sure. Well, I was sick for several years. I didn't know what was wrong with me, and I started having symptoms of a heart attack. I went to the hospital, they misdiagnosed me. I ended up going to several cardiologists and they gave me a diagnosis. I didn't want to live with that diagnosis, and I knew that my body could heal itself. So I began researching nutrition, alternative medicine, ways so that I could help my body repair itself, because I knew it could. So first of all, I had to look at my diet, because I was not eating nutrient-dense foods like how animals eat in the wild.
Right.
Animals eat nutrient-dense foods that they can find in their environment. You don't find cornflakes growing on a tree.
Yeah.
You don't find open up a hole in a tree and find white sugar. And those foods that are refined and highly processed are addictive.
Yeah.
So we get addicted on these zero nutrient foods. Our bodies end up going to our bones, our tissues, our minerals to just keep the homeostatic balance.
Yeah.
So I knew that's where I had to begin, was nutrition.
Yeah. Now, what if we don't know what to buy? I know that one unique thing that I saw on your website is that you'll actually go to the grocery store with your coaching clients. You'll take them to the grocery store, and you go down the aisle and you say, read the boxes, or do you let them grab what they normally would grab out of a habit and then show them better alternatives? Or?
Well, really we start off with a health goal. What are your health goals? Are you trying to lose weight? Do you want more energy? What is it that you see in your future as far as your health? Are you trying to prevent a disease? So we get their health goals. And then we go through the store and I find the most nutrient-dense foods that I can that will help their issues. And really it's a focus on whole foods. So let's buy whole sweet potatoes instead of potato chips. And let's make sure that we get sprouts and shiitake mushrooms. If someone has an inflammatory condition, foods have natural anti-inflammatory properties.
Yeah.
So instead of taking anti-inflammatories, we can get all the nutrients and the anti-inflammatories from our food.
Well, I know you have a blog as well, right? And so I presume you have many recipes people can go on. Do you make it easy and say, hey, here's a cool pizza we had last night? Do you throw that kind of stuff up there?
Oh, there's tons of easy recipes that people can get at thegreciangarden.com.
Now, I know you have a book coming out that's very highly anticipated. Everybody's been talking about. It's called The Grecian Garden, and the subline is?
Where diets, calories, and allergies don't exist.
Yeah, where diet, calories, and food allergies. Now, I know you said that you had some food allergies.
Originally, I was sensitive to gluten and dairy, and that was the beginning because my body was reacting to pretty much everything. It was peanuts, soy, corn. I knew there had to be an end to this. So when I healed my body with food, with nutrition, and then I actually started implementing some alternative medicine techniques, such as using homeopathy, I was able to desensitize my body so I didn't have those food allergies any longer.
Wow. Well, you know, that's a great point because I've read, it's a big thing right now about gluten allergies and how they're linking different food allergies to like ADD, ADHD, all these things. And, you know, 40 years old, I was reading an article and I thought, like a light went on and I thought, you know, I might have an allergy to gluten. There was a magazine, and I don't know how you can live 40 years and not know this about yourself, but I read this little deal and I had like all the symptoms. And what I notice now is when I eat gluten, I get like a little, almost like breakout in hives, and instantly I'm really fatigued. When I run in the mornings, I'm half the distance. I'm winded. I never realized how much it really affected me. But what's great now is I know that the alternatives out there, you're not really missing anything. They have pizza crusts and bread, and you can pretty much get anything you want now, gluten-free or very friendly to other type food allergies.
Oh yeah, the gluten-free, allergen-free world is exploding.
Yeah.
But also keep in mind, America was focused on wheat and dairy and corn and high fructose corn syrup and everything. So it was pretty much inevitable that we were going to be having these types of food allergies because those ingredients were in every single type of food.
Yeah.
Every processed food had those 4 ingredients in them. So the gluten-free diet really expands your diet, and you get to experience grains from other cultures such as amaranth or quinoa. So really the gluten-free diet kind of opens up this whole other ethnic world of food to you.
Now the book will be out when?
Summer of 2012.
Summer of 2012, and if people want more information about your blog or how to get these amazing recipes or how to acquire Melanie to go shopping with them, where do they go?
TheGrecianGarden.com.
TheGrecianGarden.com, there you have it. And thank you so much for coming on the show, Melanie. Come back anytime. You're an amazing guest, and we look forward to picking up the book as soon as it comes out. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with the business point of the day. Stay tuned.
Really?
Thanks for sticking with us. I wanted to introduce you to a very special friend of mine, or actually relative. This is my Uncle Sam. And a lot of people are say, is that really your Uncle Sam? And I don't know if you can see the resemblance. But this is Uncle Sam.
And really his uncle.
And actually, it's on my wife's side. The reason I wanted to bring Sam out, Sam is retired military.
Right, U.S. Army.
U.S. Army.
Oh, that's a shame.
And
That's a shame.
it's a big Navy area here. Now, you're living in Germany now, and
Yes.
you're a resident.
Yes,
of
I am a
Germany.
resident of Germany.
Okay, and you've been there for?
Since '84.
Since '84, okay. And you speak German. I know you went to school.
Yes, I had to go to school. To become a resident, you have to speak German.
Okay.
And know all the German, everything about Germany, yeah.
Wow.
The politics and everything.
Well, I know I have family over there. I haven't had a chance to meet yet. We look forward to trying to make it out this fall. And I know you're a big traveler. You've traveled all over the world. And that's I know you're about to leave us. You've been staying with us for the last week or so, and then you're about to keep going and keep up with the traveling. Where are some of the places that you've been?
Well, my first visit was in '84, right after I retired. I couldn't sit at home. I went to Israel. At that time, we could fly military into Israel on the embassy flights. And I went into Israel, then I went from all around Israel. Then I went back home after a month there, and I went back home. And so every year now, I'll pick 2 countries or 1 country to go to.
Yep.
I have been, which I actually backpacked through. I did Abu Dhabi, Kuwait, Oman, Masira Islands off the coast of Oman, and I did Dubai,
Yeah.
Bulgaria. Never did Germany because I live there.
Yeah. Well, listen, we appreciate you having coming on the show, Sam. And if you would touch base with us, let us know how your travels are going, and say hi to the family in Germany for us. Tell them I hope to meet them this fall.
Well, we're looking for you to come over there.
I'd love to meet them.
Yeah.
I know you went backpacking all through Turkey, Istanbul with my wife a few years ago, and she had a blast.
I went there before she was your wife.
I know that. I heard that, but I hope you kept the guys off.
And I almost got 3 goats for her.
Okay. Well,
that is true.
I heard you wore her out. She's
Yes.
in pretty good shape, but she says, man, you can't hang with Uncle Sam. Well, you know, one thing I really want to take away from our guest today, we were talking with Melanie Angelis, and, you know, a lot of times, as in life, sometimes in business, we're going to not only come up against great obstacles, but we're going to feel a lot of pain. You know, we're trying to accomplish success. In our journey to success, we're going to experience a lot of pain and discomfort. And, you know, we're going to take our share of nosebleeds. We're going to get knocked down on our butt. We have to keep getting back up. But I think what the real point from what I saw with Melanie is forward progress. We don't have to do everything at one time, but we have to constantly get back up, find out, get the right information, and we got to keep moving forward. In business, the same way. Sometimes we'll get some bad advice. Sometimes we're going to experience much pain in business. But what we have to do is we have to go out and like Melanie did, and say, I'm not settling for this. There's got to be better information out there. And we have this information on the internet now is so amazing. We can get on there and you can learn about anything. And we have to say, you know what, I'm not settling. I'm going to go find the right answers. And we have to constantly move forward. You know, there's a book, I don't know if you've read, it's from Timothy Ferriss called The 4-Hour Workweek.
Sure.
And what he talks about is sometimes you're going to have fires. You're going to have big blazing fires, and then you're going to have small fires all over the place. And sometimes it's okay to know that I can't put out all the fires right now. I got to focus with these big things over here, these big blazers, but those little fires just can't get to them. And you have to get to a place in business where you have small fires in your business, but you have to put your attention to the big stuff, and you have to be okay with, you know what, I'm not going to make it, I'm just going to have to let it burn. And it's okay with not being able to attend to every little task every day, and sometimes we have to be okay with being uncomfortable and saying, you know what, that's just going to have to, this is more important, and I'm going to have to just let that burn for an hour, and I'll tend to it when I got the time. And most of us in business, we know that we have an 80-20 rule, right, which 80% of what takes up all of our time only produces about 20% of the results and our bottom line, and then 20% of our time goes to brings us 80% of the results. So focus on the big stuff, focus on the blazers, focus on the things that are going to give us that bottom line. Sometimes we got to be okay with being uncomfortable, and we got to let stuff burn once in a while and get to it when we can. We appreciate our guests on the show. We appreciate Sam stopping by, and let us know where you're traveling, my friend. Always a pleasure. And don't forget to get involved in your local community and be forgiving of others. Thank you very much. That's our show tonight. Have a great night.